All right, fellas, what's up? I'm doing, I guess, an update. I know a lot of people, as soon as they get their walking sticks, they go right to, doing reviews, and then you never really hear anything else. So I thought I'd do something a little bit different. About 2 years ago, I reviewed what at the time was Cold Steel's walking stick series. Since then, I think about two or three more have been added. As soon as I get some money together to purchase them, I do intend to do reviews on those. But for now, what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna try and I guess give not so much a review as an update. I mean, I've had these sticks for 2 years. Right around the time that I did those initial videos, I had just been getting over some issues with my left knee. Since then, I've gotten a lot better. I haven't had any problems. The use of these sticks, or I guess the manner in which I use them, has changed dramatically. I'm also going to address some of the comments that I had in some of my previous videos. So with that in mind, one of the first reviews I'm going to do is on what to me has got to be one of the best sword canes pretty much on the market. I'm not just saying that to say that. I mean, this is a definite cut above your $20 flea market piece of crap. What's up, Midnight? So, yeah, this stick, it's pretty much been relegated to a collector item. Maybe something for home defense, worst case scenario. I mean, I keep it here at home. For now, Texas is kind of lame. They're not going to, they're not cool about sword canes. They're not cool about swords of any kind. Unfortunately, as a result, the rule is you can own one, but you got to keep it in your house or your car. You cannot be out and about walking with it. Even if I did, it's a little too big, and the pipe is just, it's something that I don't want to risk not cutting properly, or I would modify it to my size. I've had a lot of questions about that. Hey, cut the thing down to your size because, you're a fucking hobbit. Yes, I get the net, guys. I'm short, and these sticks are huge. Maybe I'll get lucky. Lynn Thompson will come across these videos, and he'll maybe consider maybe a modification to the series for people who are not, may say, as big as him and the guys that do those test videos. So yeah, it's a great weapon. It's one thing I don't like is every time you insert and remove the blade from the shaft, you're pretty much scraping the blade against the inside of the tube. I mean, this is pretty sturdy aluminum, and yes, Cold Steel does have some extremely sharp blades. That's what they're known for. Give me a break, Midnight. Sorry about that, guys. But at the same time, banging and scraping against the inside of this tube, it might significantly take off the factory edge. It's not going to take away from the sharpness, not by a long shot. But it's just something I guess you maybe want to consider. Get up here real quick. Great. I love this sword, man. To me, this makes me think of the sword that Wesley Snipes uses in Blade. Don't even think about it, Midnight. It's double-edged for the first 9 inches. Handle is made out of Grivory, I believe. It's pistol grip, so you're always going to get a real good grip on this. And the tube is solid aluminum, so well, obviously it's a no-can-do around here. But if you live in a state where I guess a sword or if you live in a state where this is legal, I guess. You're in a situation where maybe you're faced with a threat, you're with a buddy, you can actually hand him, if you choose to use the sword, you can hand him the tube, or if you're by yourself, you could use it as a blocking and parrying tool. This is a really great sword. I recommend some of that some of that beaded chain. The name escapes me, but I do recommend that as something to hang it on here. I initially had that, but like I said, just here in Texas, walking around with this is pretty much a no-go. I mean, it definitely doesn't look like it could even hold a sword. A lot of the junkier pieces, they have that stupid metal band in the middle that just lets everybody know it's got a sword in it. This is a little more subtle. It's one solid color. It almost looks like one solid piece. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I just keep it just as a collector's, just as something to collect, I guess. I guess if I ever went hog hunting or out in the woods or anything like that, I might take it with me. But for now, as long as I'm living in a small town, this pretty much stays at home. So overall, it's a great sword, but it just falls under that law. It's a matter of the legal status of this here in my home state of Texas. But other than that, it's a nice cane. It's a great walking stick. It's an awesome sword, and yeah, I guess I'd just give you an update on this. One other thing I did want to mention. Hold on just a second. If you guys are going to own this particular walking stick, something I do want to show you is, hopefully I get in good here. I'm using a different camera than the one I used last time on the original reviews. These O-rings are made out of rubber, and I want to say maybe about once every 2 to 3 weeks. I mentioned using WD-40 in my initial review, but thankfully I do want to commend whoever mentioned that you don't want to use WD-40 as a lubricant on these O-rings. You want to use, I hope it doesn't come off like I'm promoting this stuff. It's a silicone-based lubricant, not an oil-based or a petroleum-based lubricant, excuse me. You want to use silicone. You want to keep it relatively, not like juicy or whatever, but just lubed up enough so that it doesn't become too much of a struggle removing and inserting. The more it gets exposed to air, the harder it might get to remove, and that could obviously result in a busted O-ring, which will in turn result in not being able to keep the cane properly secured. I mean, those rings are what provide the friction that holds the blade in and that makes it relatively silent. As you could see the piece of junk sword canes, this would be rattling, but you gotta really shake on it to even make a little bit of a sound, even with a alright, yeah, well, right there, because I'm hitting my bed a little harder. I think at certain angles it's completely quiet altogether, like right there, not a noise. I think I guess like right there was a noise, but it's relatively quiet. Man, if only Texas... Well, Texas is starting to get a little progressive with its weapon laws, so who knows? Maybe this baby will be it'll be next in line for a ban repeal, I guess. We recently gave switchblades and let's see, we did away with the ban on switchblades and brass knuckles. Who knows? Maybe the sword cane will be next. We could be cool like, say, Arizona. But I guess that's just about it. Questions or comments? You all do know the drill. So other than that, peace out, fellas.